I want to talk about crypto. We've got number 6 and 7, Bitcoin's fundamentals and Bitcoin preparing for institutions. So, you've got a lot of fans in the crypto space. I want to know what you think here. And of course, Bitcoin, some people think, look, it's already hit its highs for 2021, the high water mark of above 40,000. What's ARK's thinking here?
We do not agree with that. And what's been interesting this time around is if you look at Google search trends for Bitcoin or Bitcoin's price against the Bitcoin price itself, you'll find that there's not a lot of speculative activity by that measure. In fact, in 2017, they were 1 for 1 together, but it has been pretty quiescent until maybe very recently, but throughout last year. And so that gave us a lot of comfort. We believe that the institutional behavior and moves recently have been fascinating. We have been expecting institutions to start moving into Bitcoin and other crypto assets, but primarily Bitcoin, the most secure of the blockchains, because if you look at the correlation of Bitcoin's performance relative to any other asset class, it has the lowest correlation, meaning if you buy some Bitcoin, you will further diversify your portfolio and increase your returns with lower risk, right? So that's why institutions look for that low correlation. Bitcoin has it. And so that's clear. We have 10 years of history now. But what surprised me and us generally was to watch MicroStrategy, which has put all the cash on its balance sheet into Bitcoin, and even did another equity offering so it could put more cash on its balance sheet. And I think that's a little crazy because I think the regulators will have something to say about this in terms of what is this? Is this company the MicroStrategy technology company, or is it like an ETF? So we don't know about that. But then you saw Square put 1% of all of its assets in Bitcoin. And I think you're going to see more of that. We didn't expect that. What we did expect was, because of the low correlation of returns, institutional investors to move in. The most surprising one to me thus far has been MassMutual. It put $100 million into its general account. Now, its general account is enormous. So $100 million is something like 0.001. But what that move told us is, MassMutual is very conservative and very highly regulated. And so it had to jump through many more regulatory hurdles than I thought would have been possible by now. So I think that is a seal of approval. And then, of course, you have the institutional infrastructure moving into place, whether it's with custody, and everyone knows a lot about Fidelity being out there in terms of wanting to custody Bitcoin in particular. You have the Intercontinental Exchange, and you've got the CME now with Bitcoin futures, one settling in kind, one settling in cash. And so we do believe that Bitcoin is getting ready for institutional. But when we actually think about this, is Bitcoin ready for institutions? Bitcoin is it's roughly a $600 billion market cap. So not even half the size of Apple or Amazon, right?
Yep.
Doesn't put it into perspective. And yet it is a very big idea. I think a much bigger idea than Apple or Amazon. It's the first truly global digital currency out there. And it is completely decentralized. There's no throat to choke. So unlike with Libra, you had Europe and the US and many countries saying, we'll never allow this. That's because there was one throat to choke. With Bitcoin, there's no throat to choke. And in fact, when China basically shut down the exchanges in China that dealt in crypto, especially Bitcoin. That activity just moved over to Japan, Thailand, and Korea, other countries that wanted to move ahead in this innovation space. They did not want to miss this next big thing.